This Venn diagram represents enrollment in some of the elective courses. Find each probability. The first thing that I'm going to want to do is count all of the students because that's going to be the sample space. So I'm going to add the 450 with the 125, with the 230, with the 80, plus 95, plus 145, plus 200. If I add all of these numbers together, I'm going to get a sample space of 1325. So 1,325. Those are the total amount of students that were surveyed here in this Venn diagram. Now, out of these 1325, I want to get the probability of randomly selecting a student that's taking a music class. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to outline the circle that contains music. Now here, I am going to add all of these quantities together. So 450 with the 145 plus 95 plus 125, I'm going to get a total of 815. And I'm going to divide that by the sample space, which is 1325. Next, I want to get the probability of randomly selecting a student that's taking an art class. So now I'm going to go ahead and emphasize the circle that contains art. And again, I'm going to add all of the quantities inside of this circle. So I'm going to add the 200, the 80, the 95, and the 145. And adding all those quantities together, I'm getting 520. We're going to divide that by the sample space, which is 1,325. So the probability of getting someone in art is 520 over 1,325. Now I want to calculate the probability of getting a student that's in music and is also taking a foreign language. To do this, I'm going to outline the event of music. So I'm going to go ahead and emphasize the circle that contains music. And now I'm going to go ahead and emphasize the circle that contains foreign language. In order to get the probability of an AND statement, I'm going to want to get the intersection of both of those events. And notice that my two events intersect right here on the middle. Now I'm going to add these two quantities, the 125 with the 95, and that's going to give me 220. So the probability of getting a student that's in music and taking a foreign language class is going to be 220 over the sample space, which is 1,325. And finally, I want to calculate the probability of randomly selecting a student that's taking art or a foreign language class. I'm going to begin by identifying the event of the student taking an art class. So I'm going to highlight or outline the circle that contains art. And now I'm going to do the same with the circle that contains foreign language. So I want to get the circle emphasize this event here. Now, because I want to get the probability of art or foreign language, that means that I want to get all of the values that are in both of these events. So first, I'm going to count the students in art, and then I'm going to calculate the remaining students, which are the 125 and the 230. So let's go ahead and add the 125, the 230, the 80, the 95, the 145, and the 200. And when you add all of those values, you're going to get 875. The sample space is 1,325.